Well, it's day two of World's Group Stage with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Wunder after an exciting victory over T1. Should I call it an upset? Would that be offensive to you?
I think it's fair. I mean, Fnatic, this time around, we come in as third seed, I believe. So I'd say it's an upset if a European, I think historically, like, Europe has had like one and two seed has been good, and then third seed and fourth seed has been a little bit lackluster. So a third seed beating SKT, I'd say it's an upset, yeah. You could call it that.
Well, okay, so you guys had an interesting situation, obviously getting into play-ins, players delayed and all that stuff. So how much has the team recovered from the slow start? Because it didn't seem like it affected you too much in play-ins, obviously.
Well, I think scrims are still a little bit iffy, you know. I think that's kind of normal for a Western team. When you scrim against the Eastern teams, they are like really, really insane. And then on stage, I don't know, something is just different. Maybe they are. I would not. It sounds bad if I say maybe they're just tryharding all the time because, of course, like everyone wants to try hard and everyone wants to win, and us included. Yeah. But it just seems different when we play on stage. For them as well, they don't seem as oppressive and yeah, I mean, maybe it's nerves, maybe it's something else, maybe we just play the game better. I'm not really sure, but for your initial question, I think I don't know if we recovered too well. It for sure helped us that we had the play-ins beforehand.
Okay, so going back to T1, what do you think it was that allowed you guys to win that game?
Well, we had a really strong, I'd say, bot lane 3v3. Lucian, Nami, Poppy. I think Poppy in general, I mean, is very good at like snowballing the leads. And I mean, for me, I think I played like decently well when it came to like the lane, and then I was often put in like these weak side situations, and maybe I died one time when I shouldn't have. But yeah, just in general, we were really good at snowballing our Lucian army, and I was good enough to not fall super far behind and still be useful. And then their comp is like they're playing a Carly Jackson to Poppy and us here. Like it's really hard for them to dive us. And it's super risky for all their champs to basically play any team fight. So I think that's where we got our biggest, I guess, momentum swing is that they couldn't really, they had to play really well to win fights against us.
Okay, so there are theoretically three gaps between the major region teams, right? Because you've got like the gap between one and two, two and three, and three and four.
Yeah.
Great major regions like NA and EU and all that stuff. So maybe you can help me. Um, explain to me. Maybe you can show with your hands where how big the gap is between all of these different regions.
I mean, I think it would be unfair. I think if you said the region as like a whole, I'd say LPL is the best region because they have so many teams that are so good.
Okay, so we've got LPL here.
LPL on the, I don't know where you want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
put them, just on the
wherever
top.
you decide. Yeah.
And then it would also be unfair because I do think that if all LCK teams played in Europe, I'd say that on average they will be better. So
I'm just talking about the world's teams.
Oh,
Yeah.
the world's
So
teams.
just
Oh,
like LPL LPL at Worlds, where are they versus the gap
I
below
would,
whoever's below?
yeah, I would say LPL is still on top because, well, I mean, RNG beat Genji, I think, and even though SKT beat EDG, I'd say LPL is still on the top. Okay. And since right now, I mean, I think actually Europe has really good teams. I mean, Mad Lions excluded, so I would actually put the EU right now.
Okay, so show me the gap.
It's completely Covium. It's completely Covium, but I'd say LPL is like this much better.
Okay. I mean, you guys went 3-0 today, so I could
And then
understand.
Korea after for sure. I mean, sorry, but
No, it's fine. Okay, so where's
Korea is like this much below you. I'd say this much.
That's the gap.
And then I'd say it's hard to say if it's gonna be Vietnam or Taiwan. I'd say Vietnam then, and then like this much of a gap.
Okay.
And wait, is it Flying Oysters? That is.
Flying oysters. Yeah.
I'd say this much of a gap.
Okay.
And then NA from Flying Oysters, this much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
NA is like buried underneath right now. They have to dig their way up. Like
I see. We'll go the opposite direction to come back around.
Yeah, that's probably even easier for you guys at this point, though.
Okay, fantastic. Good to know. I wanted to ask you because yesterday I was interviewing Yankos and I was asking him if he was going to mute Jojo Pyun in all chat because he's an all chat warrior, and he told me you're also an all chat warrior. And so I'm curious if even if in game or even if in game you're confident against EG, would you be worried to go against them in all chat battles? I guess.
Not really. No, I think they need like they're kind of new at the trash talking thing. Inspired specifically. I mean, the waving after goodbye EU. It's like I don't know. Okay, it can go. Like I can let it pass, but I think the creativity is just not quite there for them. So I wouldn't mute them, and I don't even know if I would pay attention to it because it's just not strong enough to like catch my attention really. But they will get there. I think as in everything, League of Legends, Trash Talk, NA is just a little bit behind, but they will catch up hopefully.
Good, good.
When I joined the region, you know.
Yes. When is that, by the way?
I'm contracted.
Very, 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 very good answer. All right. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there?
I mean, right now we are 2-0, so everything is looking really good. Our scrims could be better. Our practice could be better. So don't get your hopes up too high. We might just get really destroyed the last 4 games. Hopefully not, though. We are playing NA, so just the last 3 games, I guess. No, I mean, besides that, really happy to be 2-0. It's looking great. It's looking like we might actually make it out of groups. Everything is against us, all expectations, but I think even all our EU brethren didn't expect it, but here we are, 2-0. Yet to go 2-4. No, actually, yeah, I'm really happy, so that's it.
Now, do I hold on to this interview and post it after group stage is done, so that if you're sitting in this interview and you're feeling really confident and then it hits, or do I put it out now?
Well, I mean, the question is like, do you hate me or do you like? If you hate
said-
me, that's probably what you would do. You hold a grudge because of all these things I just said in this interview. Then I mean, it's a smart play. Like, are you gonna cater to like the international fans now that we're at Worlds? Or are you gonna cater to like the salty NA fans? That's like, I think that's the decision you have to make.
I've made my career off catering to salty NA fans, so we'll have to see how things go.
There's enough to cater to. That's for sure.
Yes, that's very true. All right, thank you so much for the interview. Best of luck throughout the rest of the tournament. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things Worlds right here on my YouTube channel. Hello. If you want NA to do well at Worlds, then please check out Alienware. There's no guarantee that doing that will actually help, but it's kind of like the thought that counts. It's like a spirit thing. These people are very excited about Alienware. That's what they're cheering for right now, I promise. Be sure to check them out in the description below. Thank you to sponsoring the content. Thanks everyone for watching. Maybe consider subscribing. I'll catch you all later.